I finally updated my TikTok app, so now I could post a longer story time. So I'm gonna talk about something that happened a couple days ago, because I'm not even gonna lie, I'm kind of scared. So basically, I had my Snapchat set to everybody could Snapchat me, even people that like I didn't have added back. In hindsight, I should never have had it set to that. So anyway, I get a Snapchat from a random person, and he's like, send me your Snapchat and phone number so I could send you money, with a smiley face. And I get DMs all the time on Instagram of people that just want to send me money on Cash App. So I was like, all right. I mean, what's the worst that could happen from me just sending, my Cash App and phone number? Not a big deal, That's what I thought. Don't ever think like that, because you will get caught up in something like I did. And I know I did this to myself, so I don't need to hear it in the comments like I was the dumb person in this equation. But anyway, he answers and sends me a screenshot of him sending me $1,600 on Cash App, but it said pending. So at first I was like, oh, bet, like, thanks. But then all of a sudden he starts spamming me saying, you need to send me $80 because we both need to put $80 each into the Bitcoin thing, so that on Cash App it'll like give me the $1,600 and it'll send it to you, and then we both make $800 and like da 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 da. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, I did not agree to send you money to make money. Like, I was just saying, like, sure, you want to send me money? Like, I'll take some money. So anyway, he starts spamming my phone, being like, you're scamming me. That's messed up. Like, I trusted you. Da da da. I was like, obviously, you're a scammer. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm just going to block you. And he was like, I know all your card information. Your card number starts with, and then he said these 4 digits. So then I got scared because I thought he actually knew my card number. So I was saying, hold on, I'm trying to set up my Apple Pay right now so I could pay you. I was like, my dad's helping me set up my Apple Pay, which he wasn't. I was on my way to the bank so that they could change my card number, just in case, he actually had my information. So I go to the bank. Thank God I only live 7 minutes away from it. And I'm talking to the lady and I'm telling her what's happening, and I was kind of in panic mode. I was tearing up a little bit. I was just freaking out. And she was like, honey, like, all card numbers start with those 4 digits. She was like, it's so unlikely that he actually knows your information. Like, he's just saying that to scare you into sending him the money. And I was like, wait, really? And she was like, yeah, like, watch, I'm gonna send you a new card in the mail, and it's going to start with those 4 digits as well, because all cards that have been like made recently starts with those 4 digits. So I felt a little bit relieved, and then I blocked the guy. But I still continued to get messages from this guy. He told me that he works with the services, like he's in the Navy, and he sent me pictures of himself in his Navy uniform saying that he's gonna sue me and I'm gonna get in so much trouble and they're gonna take this to court because I scammed him. And he's like, I have all your card information, I'm gonna post it and spam it. Like, literally threatening me over $80. Like, it's so sad. Like, you really need $80 that bad? Bro.
Okay, so story time. By the way, send me your story at @glambyhelen on Instagram and you may be featured. Okay, so I was like 6 and I lived in Florida. It was June 11th and I was heading to sleep and I heard a noise coming from downstairs. It was like glass shattering. So I went to my mom and she said that she didn't hear anything. So I thought I was just hearing stuff. So I was going to my room, which was by the stairs, and I saw a light coming from downstairs. Meanwhile, nobody was downstairs. And FYI, it was about to be like 1 in the morning, so me being little at that time, I ran into my room. Cause I'm a sane person? That is very scary. Anyways, I went to my room and I hid under my covers. I started crying and a little later I started to fall asleep. But as I was starting to fall asleep, I heard someone coming up the stairs. So I just pretended I was sleeping. And then my door opened. Huh? At this point I was like terrified and I had no idea what to do. Okay, so part 2. So I was terrified, like I said, and I heard the door open. I tried to peek and I saw a black figure. So I said, please go away, and I am 6 and I'm really scared, but the black figure got closer. As it did, I went under my covers. And I started crying again, but the black figure never touched me and went to my bathroom. Like I said, after a while it left my room, then I did not know what was happening outside, but I fell asleep. Don't know how, but I did. And in the morning, I woke up and went to my bathroom, and on the mirror, it said, I see you, and I will always love you at that age. I did not know what that meant, but after a few days went by, my mom said that your real dad died, so that black figure might have been my dad. I don't know. What do you guys think?
This is why you should always tell the truth. After James moved into a new apartment, he saw something horrifying. He had met his neighbor who was a beautiful woman. Then after, he found a hole in his wall, so he began spying on her. But one day he saw her getting attacked, and even though he saw the attacker, he didn't say anything when the police came to investigate. This was because he didn't want to get in trouble for spying on his neighbor. But he could have never known that this decision would come back to haunt him. One day, months later, he heard noises coming from his neighbor's apartment, which was strange because it had been empty since the attack happened. So once again, James looked through the hole in the wall. Then he saw something he could never explain. The noises stopped. James' heart was beating loudly. Then he moved back a little, and as his eyes adjusted to the darkness, he saw a wide open eye staring back at him through the hole in the wall. James screamed in horror, but that eye remained still. It kept staring at him until a woman's raspy voice hissed through the wall. "I know you saw."
Okay, so story time. Follow @GlamByHelen and send me your stories. Okay, so this is the time my parents left me at my grandma's and never came back. So I was around 7 or 6 at the time, and my parents weren't the best parents. Well, I was living with my uncle and my mom at the time in a different town. Well, when my mom got home from work one day, she put me in the truck and she also got in it with my dad. We drove back to my hometown and we stayed in a hotel for a few months. I honestly didn't even know why. I missed a lot of school and my teacher and the school got worried because no one was notifying them. So school ended up calling the police because they couldn't get a hold of my mom. They came to the hotel that we were at and my dad answered the door. The police basically said that if I didn't get in school in the next few weeks, they would be taking me. That's when my parents got into a whole fight and we were in my hometown, so they just dropped me off at my grandma's. My dad sat in the driveway for 3 minutes, then he left. It's been 6 years now and I don't have the best relationship with them, but we worked it out.
Do you believe in coincidences? Once something strange happened in this small Russian town. Some people thought it was just a coincidence, but others were certain that there was something more terrifying involved. There was a girl who lived with her parents at a pig farm. Let's just call her Alina. Alina's house was next to an old man who never spoke to anyone. But whenever Alina would be outside in the fields, she noticed this man staring at her. This made her feel really creeped out. But one night, things escalated into something terrifying. It was very late when Alina heard strange scratching noises on her bedroom window. She got up and turned on the light and screamed in terror. There was a huge pig banging at her window. Then from the top it tried to pull itself up and into Alina's room. Alina jumped out of bed and her parents rushed in. The pig attacked Alina and tried to bite her, but Alina's father ended up striking it in the back with an axe to defend his family. Finally, the pig jumped out the window and escaped into the night. But the next morning, the unimaginable happened. Something no one can explain. The strange neighbor was found in the woods with an axe in his back, and Alina and her family never told anyone about what happened the night before.
The TV show Black Mirror is genuinely one of the scariest shows that I've ever seen. But what if some of its storylines actually started to come true? Since the episode Nosedive, where you basically leave people Google reviews, we've seen the potential introduction of social credit over in China, and we don't quite have drones the size of bees yet, but people at Harvard are currently trying to make them. And for contacts with cameras, Samsung actually ended up getting a patent for smart contacts. But one of the most prevalent storylines that's actually trending today is the episode with Miley Cyrus in it. In this episode, she plays a singer named Ashley O, and she's famous for her sound, her look, her originality, and even though she seems happy on the inside, she's very miserable. She's being given medication illegally to stabilize her mood, and it gets to the point where her management has so much control that it really isn't even her anymore.